Oh, it seems like no matter where I go, the wind follows me, and I thought I could put these splits here and, you know, be out of the wind, but now the wind's out of the west and it's pounding me. I parked my truck there to help block some wind. Hi, friend. Good to see you today. Thanks for joining me. So somebody left a fair comment. They were a little, I guess, critical that I was using drawn foundation, drawn comb in this new install of a package because I wanted to follow it along like a new beekeeper would. And they said, well, that's not really fair because you're using drawn comb. Most new beekeepers don't have that. Fair, I agree. And when I made the video, I kind of felt that way anyway. I didn't know if I had any undrawn foundation, but I did scrape together some, at least 3 or 4. So what we're going to do is drop back in, and this is the opposite of what anybody else would do. We're going to take out drawn foundation. We're going to put in the undrawn foundation. Some of it's wax coated, some of it's not, and kind of get on a level playing field with a brand new beekeeper and what they would put up with. That would give us a more, you know, level playing field to watch this install of a new package over the course of forever. So we're going to look at this every Thursday. I'm going to do a video when it's not raining. I'm going to come out here every Thursday and see their progress. Okay, so today I wanted to also say that it's only been 2 days since I installed them. A little too early to get in there, but that's kind of a good thing because maybe the queen's not out yet, or maybe she hasn't laid very much. I may wind up leaving a frame maybe if she's on it with eggs and larvae. We'll see. Let's get in there and take a look. All right. I love my Hive Tool. A friend gave me this a few years ago, kind of yellow. I love it. A J-hook Hive Tool. Smoke the entrance. Come over and crack the lid just a hair. Pop it and then spray under the lid and then set it back down. I don't use inner covers. Look for the description of this video and it will say why I don't use inner covers. All right. Rarely will you find the queen on the top cover. Possibility, but I don't usually worry about that. She's usually on the comb. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to replace the 5 frames. By the way, look at the bees over here past the follower board. As I said in my first video, it's possible they can slip across or under it. And so I should have made a better follower board that was tighter. That's my mistake. But let's see what's going on. All right, here we go. Let's take this frame out closest to the wall so we can get a little more freedom to move these frames around. Oh, there's an undrawn foundation. We'll keep that. All right. So we're trying to get it to be all undrawn as much as possible. Maybe we'll have to leave one in there that's not. By the way, here's the queen cage, and it is empty. So you can see here, the queen is gone. Might be a bee in there. Nope, I don't see anybody in there. So we'll save the queen cage, but the queen is out. Out and about, hopefully. Now let's smoke the top of our frames like this. That will help calm the bees down. There's not a lot of bees over here. Most of them are right here. Alrighty. Now this was a drawn comb. Our queen is marked blue. So we might shake these bees off. They have put some resources here. I hate to lose that, don't you? We might not. That might be the one we leave in. Let's keep looking. Let's see what the next frame is. This is a big frame of honey that I gave them to give them a head start. We might have to take this out. Let's take a look. Ooh, yeah, big blob of honey. Yep. Okay. Get the sun behind me and look for eggs. I don't know where the sun is apparently. No eggs. No blue dot there. Okay, so I don't see any eggs or larvae. You know, it's kind of early. Oh, there's the queen. She's right there at the bottom. There is a blue dot. Blue dot helped me there. Blue is 2025, and I hope you can see her walking around there. All right, so there she is. I know some of you are probably thinking, oh, David, don't take out those nicely drawn comb, just let it be. But this is an experiment to kind of follow a hive from nothing to something, you know, and I'm not gonna, I'll put, maybe not take all of these out, but I am gonna give them some undrawn foundation, let them work their way into more. All right, so let's keep stacking these out. Our queen's over here on that frame, and the wind is so windy. Whew, I gotta make some more splits today. I think I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7, 8 splits already. All right, not much on that frame. Nectar, they've stored a lot of nectar up there on that drawn frame here. So what we'll do, this is the opposite of what most people do. We're doing this for just educational purposes. But look at this, undrawn foundation, wax coated. We're gonna put that in here and let them draw that out. We have another one that looks a lot like that. This is actually acorn foundation, double maybe. I think it's double coated wax. And so I'm gonna put that in the two right there. Let's see, I have a third one right here. 3. We'll put that one over here, maybe against the wall. Okay, our queen is out, that's fine. We'll put this one against the wall. Now, let's put that more in the middle like this. And then I do have another one, let me look. All right, this one is not drawn out, and it's one of those nasty ones that I had in storage. Look at that, it's kind of dirty. It's not, I mean, it might have been wax coated at the factory, but I did not add any. Some of you don't have ability to do that, so we'll put that in there. Let's put it against the wall. All right, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And actually there aren't many bees past this follower board here, just a few. Okay, so now here's the frame with the queen on it. She's on this side, or she was. Yep, there she is, walking around there. Yep, see her right there, still on the frame. All right. And so we don't want to hurt the queen, but I do want to get her off so I can shake this frame. I kind of want to shake it and see. Oh, let's just put her on another frame. Yeah, right here. All right, let's pick her up here and get a hold of her. All right, so there's the blue dot queen. You can kind of see her there. And we're just gonna set her on a frame down here, let her walk down there. All right, she's good down there. And we're gonna shake these bees off. Some nectar is gonna fly off in there too. That's fine, they'll slurp that up. So now we're kind of like shaking these bees into the bottom board like this. Let it fall down in there. All right, so you can kind of see some nectar they've brought in 2 days. Not much though, a little bit. So let's look for any eggs. I don't see any eggs, so I think we're good there. Alrighty, I don't really think she's, if she's laying eggs, there's not that many in there. All right, so let's make sure the queen is on that frame. I want to put eyes on her because I want to place her in the hive with my fingers. I don't want to bang her in there. Another frame that's drawn out, and so I'm going to shake those bees in there. A little bit of resources, but not much. Nothing drawn out there. Sometimes doing this, the bees may get upset and just leave. They might abscond, right? Because they're like, hey, this is not a good place to be. We're being banged around all the time. All right, here's the frame with the queen on it. Let's find her. All right, looking for the blue dot. There she is on the corner right there. Okay. So what we'll do is I'll pick her up again, and I just kind of pick her up by her wings here. Okay, I have her now, as you can see here. And so I'm going to carefully just place her with the bees here on this frame that's undrawn. All right, she's safely in there walking around. And I'm going to drop these bees in there. Very good. All right. So there you go. You can see some nectar at the top. But I don't see eggs, so good. All right, so what we're going to do, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I just don't have another undrawn deep frame anywhere, I don't think. Do I? Let me look. Did I set one in here? Oh, well, how about this one? All right, you're going to have to let me do this. This is undrawn on this part, but it is drawn out there. So I am a tad bit of an advantage. And that's as best as I can do. Very good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we got 5 in there. I got one more frame with a lot of bees on it. So let's go ahead and smoke everybody really good. See if we can get them in the hive. Come on, girls, get in there. Get in the hive. Yep. I know. This is for video purposes. Sorry for the interruption. So we basically have 4.5 frames that are not drawn out. All right. That a fair enough start? Good enough, huh? That way we'll get to see how they're going. And now we have to shake bees off of this frame here. All right, let's see. Okay, here we go. Ready? We're going to shake them right here. Account for the wind. So we'll shake them right there. I shook them into the wrong side, didn't I? Look at that nectar in there. Bees are so good at going to work so fast. Okay, so they are, some of them got over here, but they are moving over here. These frames are getting cleaned off because the queen's over here. Boy, that's going to go interesting. That follower board. Okay, so are we good? Got 5 frames in here. Queen's out, walking around. We saw her. There we go. It is, so let's go ahead and put that there. And I always like to date and kind of talk about my work on my lid here. I got a storm fast approaching, and I want to make some more splits. And that storm has me concerned. 4, 29, 25, 4.5 undrawn, queen out, no eggs yet. How's that? Well, after I was inside a couple hours, it dawned on me that this isn't going to work. The bees are going to just walk over to the drawn comb, right? That's what I think. Using critical thinking skills, if I was a bee and I had access from the bottom to go off the frames, I would move over there. Let's see if, hopefully I'm wrong, but I don't know. They should be on this side where we left them. Yep, that's what I thought. So the follower board here, it has 2 problems. It's got a gap at the top and it doesn't go down to the bottom board. So they can just walk and fly. They could even if it did go to the bottom board screen, they could simply fly out of the front and go over there. You'd have to block it. So this is a little more challenging. It'd be easier if I had all 10 frames of undrawn foundation, but I just don't have it. So I want you to listen closely to what I'm going to tell you next. This is not something I want you to do, okay? I'm only doing this as an experiment to help you guys out. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be removing all frames except the undrawn frames. And that's going to leave a gap on each side of the 5 frames, which is very dangerous. It's something I say never to do. In my case, I'm going to keep coming out here every couple of days and making sure they don't build comb in those big gaps. But just for the sake of making them stay on these 5 frames over here, I'm going to remove the frames that are drawn out of the box. There we go. Now, let's set this follower board out for a second and let's smoke this hive. Smoke this little package. All right, so yeah, that's amazing. I was sitting at the table just kind of brainstorming this concept, and I thought, they're all just going to wind up over there on the drawn comb. Okay, very good, very good, very good. So, alrighty, what we're going to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 over there. All right, so we're just going to try to shake them off. Let's get our, let's just take the frames out, get our 5 frames centered in the middle, and maybe I'll put 2 follower boards on each side of it. Might help them not go out and build some crazy comb. But we are going to have to watch it and be careful. All right, let's take these frames out. I've made this really hard for some reason. Right, let's find our queen so we don't injure her in the transfer. We need to know where our queen is. I'm looking for a queen. Blue dot helps. Don't see her there. I've got a storm really approaching fast now. I've been trying to make so many splits today and other stuff in the hives, like these kind of little experiments, before the rain moves in. Looking for a blue dot. Kind of don't see it there, but it's so dark out here because of this storms coming on us. I'm going to say no. I'm going to lean it out here safely in case I missed her. All right. Bees love drawn comb, don't they? But I just want to do a little experiment and see. Yep, and here they are on, this is it undrawn? No, undrawn on one side, and the queen is here. I just saw her for a second somewhere. She went underneath a bunch of bees, but I saw a blue dot. Where did I see her? There she is right there. So let's set her over here. What we're going to do is set up 5 frames, you know, undrawn, like a new beekeeper would. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 in the middle. Now, let's make that a little 5-frame nucleus and a 10-frame box just for fun. And let's put a follower board on one side. See, they can go under it. That's a problem. And even if it goes to the screen, they can go out and back in without you blocking the screen off. There, put this follower board on this side. All right, so now we have the 5 frames here. So again, don't ever do this. You don't ever leave a gap. I'm doing it because I don't want them to have a choice to go anywhere but on these frames. There's nothing here. I'll watch them in a couple of days, make sure they're not building stray comb over here. Yeah, we'll monitor that. And then I'm going to feed them. Let me show you how to feed them. Since there's nothing in there and this rain is coming fast, I got to feed them. All right, there's the queen blue dot. So let's set this hive over here so we don't confuse, or let's set that frame over here so we don't confuse it. Now, how about we do like a package installation for the 5th time? No, it hadn't been that many. And we can go ahead and take a couple of frames out. That way the bees would have the ability to fall down in there. All right. Okay, these bees don't have the queen, so we're going to drop them down into the hive. All right, there's 1. 2. 3. Okay, let's put the undrawn comb in here. Now, we need to put the queen in here quickly, or they could leave. All right. Can't pick her up without taking my gloves off, so here we go. All right, so here's the blue dotted queen, and we're just gonna let her, well, these are already walking off the frames going down in there. So let's let the queen walk off. Oh, there she went down in there. Now let's knock these bees off. Okay, so just to reiterate again what we've done, we're trying to simulate a undrawn nuke box is what we're trying to do. And we have a follower board here and a follower board here. We have the risk of bees coming over here and building comb, but I don't think they will because they've got the foundation already there, but not drawn out yet. So now we need to feed them. So let's go ahead and put a feeder on here because I got a lot of rain coming in the next couple of days. Alrighty, so let's drop our feeder on here. This is my Burns feeder that I invented. And yeah, got plenty of room right in the center now to feed them. Since new beekeepers don't have, drawn comb or comb with some honey in it from last year, new beekeepers don't, then it's good to feed them because now they're going to be able to eat the sugar water during this next few days of rain and they won't be flying. If you didn't feed them and they're on undrawn comb, they're not going to do anything. Barely survive, and maybe not that. So now I'm just going to put this box around the feeder box and put a top on it and put a brick on it. And we are going to have to come back in about 2 days to make sure they're not building any comb in that gap. If you want to watch the video where I actually made a split out of this hive, maybe something you need to do before they swarm and head for those trees, here's the video right over here. See you guys over there.